Gosh, I get nervous on the first day of school, even though I'm just looking at my phone and talking to you. Hey, welcome to school. Oh, you know, this is my house, actually. But you know, but you are going to be coming here, but on my computer screen. Anyway, whatever we're talking about here, I'm Scott Crozier. I'm going to be your professor this semester for your geography class. And I wanted to put together a little video to tell you a little bit about me. So yeah, I live out here in, we'll let the car go by. Cool, I live out here in rural Galt, just outside of Galt, down south from Elk Grove. And this is my house, and you can see lovely weather this weekend. Let's see, I live here, my wife and I have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. My oldest son is 21, and he's a CRC student this semester. And my youngest daughter is 8, and so 2 others in between. I'm sure you'll hear more about them as we move through the semester. 2 dogs. Dogs, and some fish, and so here we are. I think that it's been about 13 years that I've been teaching at CRC, and I love it. I have a lot of fun each semester, and so anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that we're going to be doing this semester. Okay, so yeah, this summer it's been a little weird with COVID and with our social unrest that we've had, and all of the other concerns. Me and my family so far have been keeping pretty healthy. We're pretty vigilant about that, and each day, well, at least every other day, my 16-year-old daughter will come in and tell me how miserable the world is, that she misses her friends, and she wonders if it'll ever end. And so, yeah, I've heard that a lot. That was a big part of my summer. Finally, I took her and the 8-year-old, took my 2 girls, and we met with my sister. We went to the Eastern Sierras, and so that was one short little trip that was like a long weekend. And I've been working on some other lab manual stuff this summer. No exciting trips. Anything else exciting to talk about with the summer? Oh, I started reading some books. The last one that I've finished is John Muir, and he's talking about his first summer in the Sierras. And so that's been kind of cool. Started to actually read, and I've got a mentor who's kind of, you know, pushing me into like actually reading books and other things like that. Other than that, there's always projects around here in my house that I haven't gotten to. And so, yeah, kind of a weird, kind of a bummer summer. The trip to Peru got canceled. And so we'll see how the future pans out for that. All right, so I got to be a little bit honest here. Although if you talk to your friends that have been in my class, I do get really excited about teaching and everything. I'm just a little bit introverted. And if you're an introvert, then being told to stay home and stay away from people isn't always a bad thing, and so maybe I've been enjoying this probably more than I should. And I know that I'm super lucky and super blessed for all of the things that I have, and a great job where I don't need to worry about everything. And so I'm sorry about all of the struggles and trials that you guys have been through, but it hasn't been all miserable for me, so that's been kind of nice. So one thing that I've been thinking a lot about is the fact that we really do all come here from different places, right? And it's not just spatial places like locations. Yeah, you guys are going to be at your house and I'm at my house, but we all come here with all different perspectives. And so for example, COVID-19 hasn't been a huge impact on my personal life other than my daughter complaining to me. Well, you know, you're pretty spoiled about that, Crozier. Yeah, I know. But maybe it has to you. The social unrest has really shown and illustrated a lot of trials and troubles that a lot of us have here on this world and trying to work with each other. The struggles that you might have in housing, if you're worried about where you're going to live, if you're worried about food, those are big concerns that you have. If you're worried about this online learning and everything else like that, if you're worried about any of these different things, we all come with a lot of concerns. We also have tons of different cultures. So if we have our culture from our religious foundation, or if we have our culture from our race or the group that we relate with, whatever that might be, we're all coming from different places. So one thing that I've always really worked to try to do is in my classes make sure that it's still an enjoyable place and that it's a welcoming place. And you know, there's this idea of safe space, but yeah, I want everyone to feel comfortable and to enjoy coming to class. And so we're striving to do the same thing, but it's going to be a little bit different this semester because we're not actually coming to class. But there are a few things that I wanted to bring up. First off, if you take advantage of any of the social services at CRC, whether it is the food bank or whether it is housing or whether it is assistance with learning challenging, if it is a tutor, yes, there should be a geography tutor, whatever services you might take advantage of, the student services on campus are still alive and vibrant and here to serve you and to make your life easier. Now, the other thing is that although we won't see each other necessarily on a day-to-day basis, and we won't be looking and interacting personally, I want you guys to know that I really do strive to serve you, and I want to understand whatever I can do to make your time better. And so if you have concerns about your housing, if you have concerns about your food, if you have concerns about test taking, no, we'll talk about that another time. If you have concerns about understanding the content that I'm providing to you in the videos, if you have concern about anything that I maybe have said that makes you feel uncomfortable or makes you feel unwelcomed, that certainly isn't my intent. And so all of these different concerns or troubles or trials or struggles that you might be going through, let me know, and let me do my best to take advantage of whatever I can do to make your life easier, or if I can to get a hold of any of the services that are being offered through CRC to help you out with anything. So again, although we're not going to be face-to-face, I do want you to feel welcomed. I want you to feel part of our CRC community and part of our classroom community, and I'm going to work hard to try to make that take place, make that happen. So the last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video is about online education. And you might be a little concerned, you might be a little apprehensive about online education, and that's okay because I am too. But I've been brainstorming and trying to figure things out to try to make this the best that I can for you. And so in another video, I'm going to go through and show you what we have for our Canvas website and how to navigate through and figure out everything else you're doing. But I was thinking about the advantages of online education. I came up with 3 different advantages that you might recognize as we go through the semester. The first thing is my courses are going to be offered this semester asynchronously. Which means that you don't have to be there at the same time that I'm going to be there. If we were face-to-face, then it would be like, okay, from 9 till 10:20 on this particular day, you have to be there. Okay, well, that's not necessarily the case this semester. Okay? None of my classes are going to be synchronous, meaning that they're all asynchronous, meaning that you don't need to be there for any of those class times. So it will work for you. And if you do have work, if you do have children, if you are struggling with anything else like that, then you can pop on my videos or get in to do those assignments for my class whenever it works best for you. So that is one advantage. The other thing that I was thinking about is that it's going to save you some time because I tend to ramble a lot. No, not necessarily because of that, but we won't be driving to and from school. And it's really funny, like when I started at the end of last semester to put together these videos, I realized that what usually will take me an hour and 20 minutes in class, I can get through in videos in like 15 minutes, which is strange. Maybe I just talk too much. I probably talk too much. Talk to your other friends or family members that have taken my class. They'll probably tell you that I ramble a lot. Okay. So anyway, we might not have all of the same little stories and the anecdotes that I like to throw in there, but I think that it will actually use less time, and so you're still going to get the same credits and everything that you need, but it'll take a little bit less time. Okay, now the other really cool thing is that I've really been trying hard, and I figured some things out last semester, and I'm continuing to work some things out, and so that being said, if there's anything that I can do that isn't mentioned already, then let me know and I'll do what I can. But here's the deal. The support that I'm able to give to you is maybe even more than what it would be before, because when we were face to face, I'd have class, and then usually I'd have my office hours, and my office hours would be at the same time that you're in another class, and so you wouldn't be able to make it to office hours, and so really if you needed any support outside of class, you'd be out of luck. This time, I have scheduled those office hours, and you'll find that in our Canvas website, and they're all online, and so we can still meet that way. But here's the big deal. We can customize this however it works best for you. So if you're looking at that schedule and going, stink, those are all the times that I work, or if you're thinking, oh man, I have that other teacher who is making me sit and watch them on Zoom, which has got to be the most boring thing in the world, to sit and stare at someone talking into a computer, or kind of like what I'm doing now. No, so we can customize it. So last semester, I had a number of different students that said, hey, I know that I need a little bit more help and these times don't work, or I know that I'm going to need a little bit more help and I don't want to come to the regular office hour because I'll be dominating all your time. I'll be taking up all your time. And so really with several different groups of students, we had like one-on-one meetings that we would have. And that really seemed to help them and support them. And they got through it. And so please take advantage of that. If you look at the office hours, or if you're thinking that another time might work better, or you just want to meet one-on-one, drop me an email or anything else like that. And we can certainly plan some one-on-one times when we can meet. And if that seems weird to you, then, invite a friend, invite a classmate, whether they're in the class or not, they can sit through our office hour. If they're at their house and you're in at your house, and, we can all join the same Zoom meeting, and that way it isn't too awkward or anything else like that. But certainly we can customize whatever is going to be working out best for you. I've had students come on to Zoom and they're taking their quizzes at the same time that I'm there, and so sometimes they feel a little bit more comfortable in answering questions if they're able to ask me, follow-up questions at the same time, or working on labs, or working on exercises, or anything else like that. More than happy to do that. I do have my email address is there. The phone number is there. That doesn't go directly to me. You'll leave a message and it goes into my little mailbox. But anyway, so phone or email, you can get a hold of me. And then we will have the online Q&A sessions. We call them office hours, but it's not really office hour. It's if you have questions, then you can come and we can talk about that. But really, let's customize this semester so that whatever support you're going to need in my class, that we can do that for you. And that's one of the advantages, the third advantage that we're going to have with our online classes. I'm so excited about the semester, and instead of standing in front of the room of 83 of you for one of my classes, it's just that tiny little square that I have right there that I'm talking to. But we'll get this posted up and hopefully get this sent out to all of you so that as we begin this semester, we are ready to roll. And if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. If you have any fears or concerns or anything else like that, just let me know. And I'll do everything I can so that we can have a great time this semester. All right, talk to you soon.